Hi, my name is Rachel, and this is my Casa Teresa story. I was very lucky. I went to high school and I went to college, and I was able to compose myself through college, but after college it really started falling apart, and I'd been in and out of drug treatment programs, and I really had no direction. And when I found out I was pregnant, I knew she would save my life. And I was living in the sober living, and the father was already in jail. And I had no idea what to do, but I knew that I wanted to keep the baby. And I decided to tell my mom, which didn't go so well.
It was pretty upsetting because, of course, it wasn't planned, and it was with a person who she had known from the neighborhood who was running from the law. So it was concerning to her, concerning to us.
It was a very difficult time in our life because of the emotional roller coaster of when you see your child struggle and just know that she is not in a safe and nurturing environment. It just, it pains you.
And at that point, we said, well, you're pretty much on your own. And that's an important decision, a big decision. And she said she was going to look for a shelter. And to our amazement, she found this very special, sacred place called Casa Teresa.
So I got the number, called, made the appointment for the entrance interview with Rebecca, who was my case manager, and I lived in Costa Mesa. I didn't have a car, so I took the bus here, and I got off the bus over there, and I walked by this apartment complex right over there, and I thought to myself, I'd love to live in a place like this. Would I ever be able to? And I had my interview with Rebecca, and one of her things too was, your parents live so close. They live in Seal Beach. And I was like, that's just not an option right now for me. And once I got here, it was amazing, truly amazing. I got here right before Christmas time, and Christmas at Casa is very, very special. It's probably the most pouring of just gifts and love and support that I'd ever felt. And it was amazing to have the support from Dr. Pugh and all the staff, especially Rebecca, my case manager. Being with other women who were pregnant and going through very similar situations, we're not all the same here, and we all have different backgrounds, and we all have different starting places. But I don't think I know anyone who got to be pregnant with 15 other pregnant women. About a month before I had Eve, I started to get really scared. I didn't know what I was doing with my life. I'd applied for graduate school for Chapman, and I was put on the wait list. And I wasn't sure. I was really scared about giving birth and who was going to be there, because after that, I didn't think anyone would be there. It ended up my parents were there for the birth of Eve, and it was the best thing.
We were in a total different emotional place than when she first came to Casa Teresa, because there was so much support here and so much love here. And so we could see that her child was going to have a nurturing, loving, wonderful place to be able to have those first months, those early years. So we were very, very pleased. And it was just a day of great joy for us. We were happy because of Casa Teresa and what it did.
I'm really thankful that they decided to be there, because it made a really big difference for them. So after Eve was born, they let me come home with them for a few days so they could help take care of me. and get me kind of back up on my feet. And 3 days into being there, I got a call from Chapman that I was accepted into the master's program. And I knew that that's when work really started. I had my new baby, I had school to go to, and I finally had a plan.
You know, with Casa Teresa, it gave her a stable home life. And I've always in the belief that, you know, Rachel, I think I always wanted a better life, but it's very difficult to think your way into better living. Where I think with Rachel, she had to live her way into better thinking. And I think that's, Casa Teresa allowed her that stability and the accountability to be able to make a better life for herself and her daughter and her family. And today she's a remarkable woman and a great mother, and I'm very proud of her.
You are saving lives one day at a time. Without Casa Teresa, I don't know where my daughter would be, because we were at a crossroads where she had to make a very hard decision. And boy, has she done great because of the support of Casa Teresa. We're so grateful.
We're success stories of Casa because of the love that's here. Because I know that everyone that leaves these doors carries that with them, whatever choices they decide to make, whatever we decide to do with our lives after we leave here. Casa implants that seed in all of us, that we are special, and that we deserve love, and that we deserve a good life.